Hi guys, and welcome back to another Oz Arts and MNPS video just for you. My name is Lexi. I love music, I love art and the sciences, as well as my family here in Knoxville and Nashville, and all of you guys in Nashville too. I'm the music teaching artist for Oz Arts Nashville and one of our crafters for Oz Arts Kitchen Edition. Working with kids and learning new things are some of my biggest joys in life. That plus spicy food, my two cats, scary movies, and dancing when no one's watching. So basically in these videos, the folks here love to combine arts and sciences and technology, engineering, and math to create something called STEAM. STEAM is about incorporating creative thinking and applying arts in real situations. You know, art isn't just about working in a studio. Art is about discovering new and creative ways of problem solving, integrating principles, or presenting information. Picture an architect. They use engineering, math, technology, science, and arts to create stunning buildings and structures. So in our time together, we're going to find different ways to incorporate arts and sciences too. So one way that arts and science affect each other is through biological science, psychology, and your socio-emotional state. Your socio-emotional state can affect you physically and mentally. Now, why is that though? Like, what gives? Well, there is biology and psychology of stress. So imagine that your emotional state is this rubber band right here. It can hurt us to be stretched and stressed for way too long. And in this position, if it's held this way for too long, it'll snap or go back to its natural state. And sometimes that hurts. The same thing is true for humans. We need to be able to relax, calm down, and get rid of any tension in order to be well. So when you're feeling overwhelmed or dealing with a lot of difficult emotions or processing some things that are a little complex, one way to check in with yourself is through playing music and drawing what comes to mind, drawing what emotion might feel like on paper just to get it out. And that brings to mind something called guided imagery. So you may be wondering, what is guided imagery in music? Well, the Bonnie method of guided imagery in music, or GIM, is a music therapy method using recorded classical music as a way to get in touch with your inner self or your subconscious in a way. So today I'm going to show you how to do something really similar, and don't think we've gotten away from using STEM just yet. We're actually going to include using geometric shapes as an added challenge. Geometric shapes are everywhere. They basically create our whole world. Geometric shapes are the figures and objects that we see around us everywhere, every day. These different shapes of geometry are made up of lines, curves, angles, and surfaces. These shapes in geometry can either be open or closed shapes. So, open shapes are lines or curves that do not connect at one point. Open. Closed shapes are where all the lines and curves connect with each other. So imagine a square, a triangle, a trapezoid, an octagon, that kind of thing. Versus an open shape is like a squiggly line that might look like a circle, maybe like a wavy circle, but doesn't quite connect. So for this next part of the video, it's just going to be me showing you how to use and implement guided imagery in music through art using geometric shapes. For this activity, you can follow along with me, or you can pick your own shapes to use in this exercise, whether they're open or closed, and whatever colors you want to use too. I'm going to use circles and closed shapes in general with a calming electronic version of Claude Debussy's Clair de Lune. But first, I really want to tell you a little bit about him because he's a pretty interesting guy. Who is Claude Debussy? Debussy was a French composer whose works were an influential force in the music of the 20th century. He developed a highly original system of harmony and musical structure that expressed in many respects the ideals to which the Impressionist and Symbolist painters and writers of his time aspired. Debussy launched Impressionism in music with his musical interpretation of Prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun in 1894. It personifies or embodies the poem's ambiguity. The music is dreamy and peaceful, and there are no hard edges. His major works include Clair de Lune, Prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun, and La Mer, or the Sea. Begin drawing your shapes in ways that feel right. It can be drawn along to the rhythm of the music, or you may pick colors based on notes or the feel of the music. If the music has a lot of arpeggiation, meaning the chord broken into a sequence of notes, a broken chord may repeat some of the notes from the chord and span one or more octaves. I hear that arpeggiation and I think about bubbles or floating. So if I'm doing closed shapes, maybe I draw a lot of circles. Or if I was listening to a song that was a bit more aggressive and I was using open shapes instead of closed shapes, I might draw a lot of zigzags. Another way to think about this is through color theory. Maybe blue makes you calm, so you pick blue circles to draw, or blue squares. Or maybe your music has short, fast, or upbeat rhythms, so you decide to draw like pointy triangles in the color orange because it's like a really bombastic color. This artwork is yours, and when you're finished, you can appreciate it or save it to look at for another time, or frame it even. I ground myself first before starting this exercise with a short meditative process where I take deep breaths in for 3 counts and deep breath out for 6 counts. With my eyes closed, I think of something I can hear, something I can smell, something I can feel, and something that I can imagine in my mind's eye. Open your eyes, take a deep breath, and turn on your musical selection. So take a deep breath in and out. How do you feel? What was it like making this piece? And would you do it again? Either way, I hope you all enjoyed this activity. Grounding exercises like this can be done all on your own, and it can help you potentially express an emotion that's a little difficult or complex or overwhelming in some points, and it can help you to keep calm. It could also uplift you. There are a lot of different things you can do to use music and art and sciences to help regulate your emotions and make you feel like you're well. You can also, again, use this to journal your thoughts and document your process. And you don't have to keep a journal with words, but drawing and picking music that helps you exercise a certain emotion can be really fun, really creative, and expressive and relaxing. You may even be surprised what you make. And remember, this is for you. It doesn't have to be for anybody. It doesn't have to have any meaning. It doesn't have to mean anything at all, even to yourself. Maybe it's something you can come back to later and figure out. But when you're overwhelmed with things going on in life, I task you to take a 5 to 10 minute break and listen to a song that calms you down or makes you think or takes you to a happy place. Keep those pictures and songs and see where you are in a year. You'll be surprised with your progress and hopefully a little less stressed. So thank you so much for listening in. We'll see you guys next time. Mm-mm-mm.